And welcome back, everyone, to Danganronpa. Last time we started the final class trial, got to know some things about Mukuro Ikusaba, like what really killed her, and basically we come to the conclusion that, she was killed twice. But the question was, of which person was the one that was killed twice, that she was posing as. So let's get into this, because I want to know myself, even though I think I kind of have a good feeling who it is.
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Precisely.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
I got a feeling who.
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Yep.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Sure about that?
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
No.
Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu... whatever? Or maybe...
Oh, poor Celeste.
Sakura Ogami?
Hey, don't laugh at her name.
No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Oh, God. This is... Wait. Oh. I think I know what I gotta do.
Who is this? Was it Junko, Leon?
This is gonna be pretty hard.
Kiyotaki, Fumi, Celestial, or maybe
Sakura. No.
There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Okay.
who is this someone else? That was it Sayaka Maizono?
Okay, that's...
Junko Enoshima?
Nope.
Leon Kuwata?
Dang it!
Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki, Fumi, Celestial, or maybe... No, there's no way anyone was murdered twice!
This one's wrong, just to, like, cover the words entirely like that.
Mukuro was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata?
Chihiro, Mondo,
Okay.
Kiyotaki, Fumi, Celestial, or maybe...
Oh.
There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
This is irritating. Come on, game.
Who is this someone?
Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima?
Damn it.
Leon Kuwata?
How am I supposed to do this one?
Chihiro
Jesus.
Fujisaki? Mondo
Oh, crap.
Kiyotaki, Fumi, Celestial,
I gotta absorb
or
again.
maybe...
Dang it.
No.
There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Oh, okay, it looks like I can absorb it still. Whew, okay.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima?
Oh, come on, game.
Leon Kuwata?
Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki,
That is
Fumi,
mean.
Celestial, or maybe... No, there's no way
Anyone
And was murdered twice!
Okay, let's try this again. Oh, come on,
Who
game.
is this someone else that Mukuro was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima?
Damn it.
Leon, Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki,
I gotta, like, find,
Fumi,
like,
Celestial,
a really
or
good
maybe...
sweet spot
No.
to get in.
There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Just like a small
Is this
gap I
someone
can
else?
try to
Was
get.
it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima?
Oh, come on.
Leon, Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki, Fumi, Celestial, or maybe...
No. There's no way anyone
Oh my
was
god.
murdered
This is gonna be like half the episode, I can already tell.
Who is this someone? Was it
Sayaka, Maizono, Junko Enoshima, Leon Kuwata.
Dang it.
Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki, Fumi, Celestial, or
Oh
maybe-
my god.
No, there's no way anyone was murdered twice.
This game, people. This game.
Who is this
It's
someone?
stressing me
Was it
out, and we're only on the first thing for this part of the episode.
Junko Enoshima.
Oh, come on.
Leon, Chihiro, Mondo,
How do
Kiyotaki,
people even do
Fumi,
this at this
Celestial, or
point?
maybe... No,
There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
I swear to God, if murder twice isn't the trigger word for this.
who is this someone else? Was it
Sayaka, Maizono, Junko Enoshima.
Holy.
Leon, Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki, Fumi, Celestial, or maybe... No,
There's no way anyone was murdered twice.
Rage building. Despair
who is this
filling.
someone else?
Was it Sayaka, Maizono, Junko Enoshima?
Finally! Oh, thank God. Oh. That was a fun 5 minutes.
Junko. Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Exactly. Getting all those spears through. Come on.
Remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
Precisely.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body.
Yup.
When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
And the similarities match?
Basically.
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up.
Precisely.
That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
Yep.
so let me see if I have this straight.
Go for it.
Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears.
Which is crazy knowing that. I'm thinking like this is like a whole setup from the Mastermind from the start, I think, I would believe.
Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Basically.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Yep.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person?
Or Junkro if you want to say it like that.
Wait, so then...
Oh boy.
What does it all mean?
Oh my god. Put 2 and 2 together, dude.
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9.
Precisely.
Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
Yup.
And that's the true identity of the Mastermind?
That it
Who
is.
is it? Who's behind all this?
How are you not... Are you serious? It's kind of obvious at this point.
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro.
Or...
He's still alive.
Or I guess not.
She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died.
You're kind of there. You just...
So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be.
Close but no cigar, Toko.
Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
No. Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro, but can we really believe that? No, there's no way. There's no Mukuro Kusaba still alive. No, I agree. I'm gonna probably go with Mukuro Kusaba's
Body
profile.
found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Okay.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Okay. I think I know which one to get. Yeah.
The body bam, and it wasn't Mukuro.
No,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of.
Exactly.
The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records.
Yeah.
Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Her vitals were 31, 21, 32.
Yep. So basically, it was her.
Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
Yes.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no question it's her.
That too. It's like, it's pretty much her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Who was the other one that Mukuro replaced? So it made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be. Yup. Doop, boop, boop. Boom. You.
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Yeah, it is. I had my suspicions for a little bit now.
Are you sure about that?
Why are you questioning me? I thought you would be on this.
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
But... man, they keep showing this.
But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
I wouldn't say charade.
But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse, like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I did check absolutely, and I can't say for sure.
She was dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
No! There's an easy answer for this.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
No, don't! Oh my god.
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud.
No, that's not true.
Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Thank you, Kirigiri. I mean, Jesus Christ. Thank God someone here has a brain.
Oh? You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
You're on. There's a way that Junko could have lived with this.
Both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh?
Yes.
The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? I checked her. She was dead, I'm sure of it. But still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko, but someone else's entirely? Thank you! Finally, someone's trying to get to what I'm trying to say here. Like, it's clearly obvious that Mukuro was in Junko's place. Maybe she used some sort of trick. Gamon's Gammon, okay. Okay, so replaced. Okay. That makes sense. Come on, give me that E. Where's that E? L. Give me another E. Boom.
Now I understand. That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Precisely.
Switch places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place.
Yep.
Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
Precisely.
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but...
You don't know much in general.
That had to be Junko who got stabbed to death,
No,
right?
it didn't.
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that?
They could have done it right from the start.
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement
Okay,
technique?
this is Ron anime here, Toko.
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that.
Yeah, there was.
So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
There has to be some way. I need to figure out how to explain how they could have done it. They switched at the beginning, duh.
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
Yeah.
What? From the beginning?
Yeah.
Yes, from the moment we first met.
Yeah.
If that's when they switched,
And we would have known from the very beginning.
then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right?
Right.
After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
And I'm assuming when they switched, I'm assuming that Mukuro put like some concealer or something on her tattoo. I would think.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met
Was Mukuro.
was actually Mukuro all along?
It would make the most sense.
We'd already met her?
I had like a normal conversation with her.
So did we, Asahina. So did we. We had two of them, actually. Wait, or is it two or is it one? Either way we talked to her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was.
Basically.
So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference.
Precisely.
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Yep.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
I'm just saying they could have used makeup or something.
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or
See,
something like
yeah.
that. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished.
Precisely.
Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
Yeah.
They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
See, I knew those nails looked familiar, and I thought that was Junko's body, for sure.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro.
Precisely.
So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto.
Well, lucky us.
But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
I mean, come on. This whole game was like a setup from the very beginning. It's so
If
obvious.
that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
Precisely. Got nothing to say there, bare butt?
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
The two ultimate despairs. Yep.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
Yup.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid?
Uh-oh.
Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Oh boy.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity.
Still fighting back.
As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
He's got you there.
I tried to protect her identity.
Yeah.
When did I do that?
Oh, we got some evidence for that. So he still refuses to admit it, but he tried to deceive us all he wants. Doesn't matter, because I already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not just once, but twice. The first time was with our latest investigation, with the interview DVD.
I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
It wasn't just the monitor, the DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant the DVD player wasn't playing anymore. Well, what the heck just happened? Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now? Now then, when does it matter? Failure can strike anywhere and any time. That's what failure is, right?
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Precisely.
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
Yep.
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
Precisely.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke.
Boy, you busted. Or, in this case, girl. No, it wasn't a fluke. The Mastermind definitely orchestrated the power outage. And that's not the only thing they tried to hide Junko's identity. Mastermind tried to cover up another piece of evidence. I gotta reveal that. I'm assuming that's the photos, right? Oh, here we go again with this. He's just growling like a bear, huh?
What do you want? What do you want? Are you
I'm actually surprised they didn't cover up my bar.
That's impossible!
You would think at this point in the game they would actually do that stuff. Like the other class trials we had to. Alright.
That's impossible!
Nope. Yeah, this one. Group photo.
This should prove
Take that, Monokuma butt. Hey, kill butt, Monokuma.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Yup.
Oh.
Busted.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we got.
Yup.
In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
Yeah, there is.
What's so unusual about them?
The unusual circumstance common to all these pictures. Junko's face is turned, Junko's face is turned, Junko's face is covered. The unusual circumstance is Junko's face. Gross face.
I got it! Junko's face.
Yep.
The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Precisely. Getting splashed. She's turned again. And Taka's covering her up.
It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture.
Yep.
Don't you think? And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible.
Yep.
So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko.
Yep.
Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face.
And if you actually look a little closely at Mukuro's face, you can see that she has some freckles going on. And so it's like, oh, it makes sense now. Because I remember, like, I was rewatching, like my first episode for Junko just to confirm my theory. And they even, like, stated how she looked different than she did in the magazines. And she said she did Photoshop or something on it. And it's just, like, total, like, clear, easy thing to use as an excuse for why she looks like Mukuro rather than actually Junko. Crazy.
Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
Xanadu, okay.
I believe everything Makoto said is true.
Yep.
Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
Yep.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko
Hid behind Monokuma.
is still alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing
God,
game.
that's insane. Of all the people I thought was going to be the mastermind. Man.
She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Wow.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
No, wait, hold on!
That's
Don't
insane.
bother trying to deny it.
Yeah.
There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run.
Uh-oh.
I'll prove everything right now.
Ooh, comic time. Alright. Okay, so this is a lot better than the mouse that I had. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I think for this one, I need this. Oh, look at everyone. Let's see, she gets stomped on Monokuma, she gets killed, turns out to be Mukuro. Act 3. She grabs the body out there. Puts on the mask, attempts to kill Makoto. That might be it. Then... Well, it was either be this one or this one, but... Maybe this one. Or actually, maybe that. Puts the mask on the dead body. Act 5. 5, I would say the body gets discovered. That makes the most sense. And then the body is exploded. Just make sure everything. Okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense. That's. I think it all makes sense.
Exactly what happened.
Oh man, there's everyone.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko and Oshima, right after we all arrived here.
Yep.
But that wasn't the real Junko.
Nope.
The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place.
Yep.
And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Yeah, it was. Oof.
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind,
Yep.
Junko and Oshima.
Yep. Okay.
Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue.
That it was.
Until Junko decided to put her body to use.
Yep.
Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden.
Yep.
She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side.
Alright, here's the part where it's make or break.
Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
Yep. Okay. Alright, okay.
So she put on a mask and then attacked me.
Whew, okay.
Sure I'd gotten a good
I think I
look
got
at
it
the
all.
mask. She left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same.
Yep.
She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
Boom goes the bomb.
Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence.
Yep.
She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning.
It was a great plan. It's just too bad they got found out.
This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma.
Isn't that right, Junko? Oh, look at Monokuma. Oh, she's shocked.
Junko and Oshima.
Girl, you busted.
That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, what do you have to say? Nothing, huh?
What? Are you broken again?
Mm-hmm.
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case?
Oh boy. This is gonna be something.
Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Uh-oh. What? Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh snap. Junko Inishima, ultimate despair. Oh my god, even her pigtails have like the Monokuma heads on them.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear.
Was not expecting that kind of voice.
If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world.
Half the entire world, you say?
We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking.
Really? What kind of home cook are we talking
Have
here?
you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
I mean, half the world in home cooking sounds nice, but no thanks.
Oh.
Oh.
Did you think I was being serious? Sorry. I was just messing with you.
Okay, so now we got monotone Junko. Okay.
It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
You should play the role as the mastermind, I would say at this point. This is the mastermind? She's the real Junko Inoshima?
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free.
Yep.
Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Jeez.
Your face.
Huh? What about my face?
My god, she's so monotone the way she speaks. Like, it's really creepy.
What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
Okay.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing it. I'm sure I've seen her elsewhere. It was definitely before I got to school. It was obviously like before arriving at school, correct?
I got it! That's right. It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover.
Yeah.
And you were on it.
I mean, isn't that kind of a given? Like,
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
I mean, it helps.
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began...
I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Huh? Oh, are you talking about my cover photos and junk? Well, of course. Those are totally photoshopped. Photoshopped? Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back with like computers and junk. Oh, so they aren't real.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree. That's what I thought was the whole thing that helped seal the deal for this.
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
Precisely.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro.
Yep.
She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista.
Well, I mean, she was like a mercenary, so it's kind of hard to like go from that to that.
Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist.
That is deep. Okay.
Not even if they're twins.
Wait. Oh, snap. What?
Twins?
I know. It's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed.
That would explain a lot, like why they look similar and why they have similar heights and stuff. It's just, why do y'all have last names?
So
They're different.
Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Whoa.
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima!
Oh my god, okay, here we go. Did she have like multiple personality disorder or something? My god.
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Oh my god. Yeah!
Whoa! She's a totally different person now.
Yeah, she is.
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get fucking bored with myself.
Oh jeez. Man. Girl, you are cray.
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names?
Thank you, Toko.
Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
I'm just gonna say parents got divorced at an early age and basically one took the last name, the other took the other. I don't know.
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
Yeah, but they're the ultimate despair, so obviously I don't think they are gonna care much about blood relationships.
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain.
Okay, now we got a library in Junko, I guess. The hell?
For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is probably like her cutest look so far. Just saying, like.
The so-called Mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties.
Interesting. Why?
Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family.
Ouch.
Leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment.
So she kind of held a grudge about that.
So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life.
Interesting.
I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way.
Okay.
Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with.
Yeah, it's close to like old OG Survivor days, you know, 16 people.
Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
Jeez, way to call out your sister like that.
It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
I see.
Oh, that's why you switched identities?
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines.
Wow.
Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away.
Really? I was expecting her to like go at least a little far in, but you know, that's just my personal opinion.
Which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
Okay, so that's just to basically be your expectations is what you're saying, basically. Not everyone's, but yours.
Can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
See, that's the real truth.
I've never been a stick Like for following a plan to the letter, you know?
Okay, Bubbles. What the frick? This girl's like off her rocker. Just multiple personalities left and right.
If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring.
Oh my god.
So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal.
Basically.
Just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Yeah. This wasn't supposed to. By me.
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong there.
But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar?
Oh, Lord. This is a lot to take in.
Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary.
My God, this girl, she is crazy.
We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations.
I guess that's one way of putting it.
Nope. I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all.
Jesus Christ.
When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill.
Jeez.
We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
The fuck?
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
Jeez.
That's not true at all.
Oh, okay. Now we got despair Junko. Oh my God, with the mushrooms on her head. Jeez.
We were twins. How could I not be sad?
Oh my God.
That's why it gets me so excited.
Oh, okay, this is getting weird.
Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it.
What the hell?
It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super,
What
super,
the
super, super,
frick?
super, 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 super despair. It just feels so good.
What the fuck?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, so you and I are on the same page for once, and man, holy shit, is this girl out for a rocker.
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else.
Jesus Christ.
She must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
Well, you know, there is a execution at the end of this trial. Why don't you just hop on in there and let us go?
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
You tell her.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
I also agree, Kirigiri.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts.
I also agree.
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic.
Whatever you think is going on there, because you have a different wavelength of brain than any one of us.
I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
Jeez.
No. I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
I mean...
Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
That's a good question. What?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you
You guys are so slow!
How many personalities is this girl gonna have? Like, Jesus Christ!
You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping
Oh
away!
my god.
Are you talking about our memories?
I mean...
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating!
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries.
This is like the first time we ever heard Makoto swear in this series. I mean, I'm not gonna... I don't know. I mean, it sounds really close to him being the first time swearing, I think.
And then we'll have our victory.
Hell yeah, Makoto.
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean I got it. It must have something to do with our entrancing exam.
No.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before.
Yeah.
All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Thinking back to what Monokuma told us, the memories that they were stolen from, what do they must be related to? It wasn't the motives, right? Oh, did I almost click that?
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important.
I would
It
assume.
was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners.
You have no heart. What are you talking about?
So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all.
I mean, they all had a theme
When
to them.
Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
Oh, that's easy. The thing that was present, Monokuma gave us those DVDs. On the DVD footage with my family. So Sayaka's was hers and her friends. They had a dream they all shared. So for the first murder, the motive was obviously human connections.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships.
Of all the personalities so far, this is like the most creepiest because, you know, monotone like sounding killer is just like having no emotion to what they do. That creeps me out the most.
For example, your family. For example, your friends.
Jeez.
I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill.
Which it did.
But still, what a cruel thing to do.
No shit.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Yeah, because you're kind of into that sort of thing.
Okay, time for the next
God.
question.
As well as the types that are like super happy killers like that.
So, what was the theme for the second motive?
It was our secrets. For the second murder, the motive theme was that when we get those weird envelopes from Monokuma, I mentioned how I used to wet the bed. So the theme was strong heart, meaningful, I guess the past.
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah!
Jeez.
And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax,
Yeah.
relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Money. That was easy. The reason Celeste turned to murder was she wanted to buy a European castle and live there with a bunch of handsome men. So that time the motive for the murder was new outlook, popularity, greed,
I
duh.
got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Yep.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money. Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain.
True.
Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
She was willing to go all out too.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go.
Oh boy.
Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
Hey, she was an amazing person. Motive in the case of Sakura's death was what was made Sakura decide to kill herself. It had to do with Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret. So the theme of the motive of the fourth case was betrayal, blackmail, secrets. Betrayal, right?
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
Well, do I get like a cookie or something? Like,
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
my thoughts exactly.
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
I mean, you're not wrong. Those are pretty common.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world.
Really? And why is
In
that?
fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth.
What does that mean?
They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Interesting. Royal Junko.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope.
Interesting.
Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
I mean, you're not wrong.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
Yeah, exactly.
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
Well, that's interesting. It would make sense. And I think we'll find out a lot more about it in the coming episode. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna end it off here. I feel like next episode probably be the ending. I think we're so close at this point. With everything that's left over, and I'll probably make it a long episode, if anything. Because I'm just gonna say it right now, I feel like we're close to the end. So until next time, guys, I'll be seeing ya, and man, let's see how this game's gonna end. Hope it's gonna be crazy. Later.